I bring you a story that combines love, life, and loss. It's a story that talks about decisions and how these can transform a person's life. We begin with the story of Can, a man who decided to move to Italy in search of a life he could never have had in his homeland. However, what seemed like an escape to a better life plunged him into a dark reality filled with excess and temporary pleasures. Italy, with its vibrant nightlife and easy access to alcohol and fleeting relationships, became his refuge, but also his ruin. Alcohol, that easy escape that we often see in society, was slowly consuming him. Alcohol, that easy escape that we often see in society, was slowly consuming him. What strikes the most about this story is not only the destructive path that Can chose, but also the harm he caused to those around him, especially Demet, a woman who, despite her unconditional love, endured constant pain because of Can's behavior. She, with her big heart, tried to offer the best of herself, but was humiliated and hurt by his actions. No one, no matter how much they love, can bear to be constantly belittled and mistreated. No one deserves to feel worthless or despised, and this is what society should learn from stories like this. What we see here is a lesson about the decisions we make and how those decisions affect others. Can's life, immersed in the false promise of easy happiness, ended up being a reminder of how destructive wrong choices can be. In the end, what seemed like an escape to a better life only led him to lose what mattered most: his self-respect, his relationship with Demet, and most importantly, his hope. However, Demet's story also teaches us something important. Despite the pain, she continues to believe in love. Despite the deep wounds, her heart remains open, and that's what truly matters. Life can be rebuilt even after the darkest moments. What we all need to learn from this story is that true love and respect are what really give us happiness. The pursuit of fleeting pleasures may seem tempting, but in the end, it leaves us empty. The key is to value what really matters: family, friends, and our inner peace. Ultimately, the story of Can and Demet serves as a reminder that the decisions we make today determine our future, and that true love is not measured by what we possess, but by how we treat others. I wish both of them find the peace they seek, and that the future awaiting them is much more promising than the past they leave behind. This story also invites us to reflect on what it means to live a fulfilling life, not in pursuit of material things, but in search of authentic connections, true love, and personal growth. May this lesson not be lost, and may we all learn to make wise decisions and value what truly matters. Demet Özdemir has undoubtedly been one of the most beloved and admired actresses in Turkey, but her career and personal life have been filled with ups and downs that have sometimes been difficult to handle. It is impossible to talk about Demet without mentioning her incredible rise to fame, which led her to become a global star. However, behind her image as a sweet and charming girl, there are also aspects of her life that have been controversial, particularly regarding her relationship with Can Yaman. To better understand Demet's situation, we must look beyond what the media have reported. It's clear that the life of a famous person is not always as perfect as it seems on screen. In Demet's case, many of her followers have noticed that, despite her success on television, her personal relationships have not always been easy. The relationship with Can Yaman, for example, left a mark that is still a topic of discussion among fans. Over the years, we have witnessed how Demet has managed her life with great professionalism, but also with a vulnerability that has not always been appreciated by everyone. For many, the breakup with Can Yaman was painful, not only because they were a couple who represented much to their followers, but also because it reflected a part of Demet's personality that perhaps wasn't so well protected. Despite her achievements, as an incredibly talented and successful woman, she seems to have always been under enormous pressure, both externally and internally. The commentator's opinion reflects a clear vision of what really happened between them. Many believe that Demet tried to give the best of herself, but perhaps the expectations of her relationship with Can were too high, which ultimately took its toll. Some point out that the emotional distance that grew between them was not only the result of external factors, such as the media or social networks, but also of a series of personal difficulties that, as often happens, were not entirely shared with the public. It seems that the relationship was affected by a series of factors involving Can's private life, which Demet, as an emotionally affected person, had to endure in silence. The first thing I want to highlight is the strength and independence Demet has shown throughout her career. Despite the constant attention on her private life, she has managed to maintain a calm attitude and stay focused on her work. She has often stated that the most important thing for her is her career and personal well-being. This, even though sometimes misunderstood, shows great clarity about what she wants in her life. Balancing fame with a peaceful personal life is not easy, and many of the comments on social media reflect an understanding of this challenge. I have read several comments suggesting that Demet is a person who, despite the tensions and difficulties, maintains her dignity. Like many other public figures, she has the right to live her life privately, away from the cameras and external opinions. In many of the comments I found, the support she has from her close friends and family was mentioned, and how that support network is crucial for her. It is important to note that in a world where relationships and friendships can be manipulated by the media, having someone who truly supports you can make all the difference. In this sense, Demet seems to be surrounded by people who genuinely appreciate her for who she is, not just for her fame. Some followers have also mentioned that Demet has gone through difficult moments in her personal life, but she has always managed to overcome them with grace and determination. This resilience is admirable, especially in a world where public figures are often quickly discarded or misunderstood. Demet, like anyone else, has the right to make mistakes and learn from her experiences. No one is perfect, but what really matters is how we rise after falling. In this sense, her ability to move forward and stay focused on her career and well-being is something truly admirable. In this sense, her ability to move forward and stay focused on her career and well-being is something truly admirable.